Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Girivardhari Jaya Yasodhanandana Jaya Vrajajana Ranjana 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 Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jaya Jagannatha Jagannatha Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Bhavatu me 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 Jaya Radha Vallabha Shri Radhe 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 Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Jaya Shri Radhe Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Lakshmi Narasimha Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Prahlad Narasimha Prahlad Narasimha Prahlad Narasimha Jaya Prahlad Narasimha Prahlad Narasimha Jaya Prahlad Narasimha Prahlad Narasimha Jaya Prahlad Narasimha Jaya Prahlad Maharaj 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 Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada Jai Jai Prabhupada 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada Jai Jai Gurudev 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 Jai Jai Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jai Jai Gurudev Shri शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 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 ओम नमो वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा माह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं। श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। शृण्वतं स्वाकता कृष्णा पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनं हृदयन्तस्थो हि अभद्राणि विदुनोति सुहृत्सतां नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु। नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Hare Krishna. So those Maharaj is giving a class tomorrow, so just reassuring because today Maharaj has some special recording is happening. So we are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 12. What is the title of the chapter? Glorious Death, yeah. So this is Vritrasura's Glorious Death, text number 21 we are going to read. Kalau, same sloka, okay. Yeah. Kalau idam maha ascharyam ya rajaha prakrtes tava vasudeve bhagavati satvatmani dhrudha matihi. Kalau idam mahad ascharyam, kalau idam mahad ascharyam yad raja prakrtestava, yad raja prakrtestava vasudeve bhagavati, vasudeve bhagavati satvatmani dridhamati, satvatmani dridhamati. Kalau idam mahadascharhyam yad rajah prakrtestava vasudeve bhagavati satvatmani dridhamati. Kalau idam mahadascharhyam yad rajah prakrtestava vasudeve bhagavati Satvatmani dridamati. Kalau idam mahadascharhyam yat rajaha prakrtestava Vasudeve Bhagavati Satvatmani dridamati. Kalau idam mahadascharhyam Vasudeve Bhagavati Satvatmani dridamati. Kalau idam mahadascharhyam yad rajaha prakrtestava Vasudeve Bhagavati Satvatmani dridamati. Kalau idam mahadascharhyam yat rajaha prakrtestava Vasudeve Bhagavati Satvatmani dridamati. Mataji's. Kalau idam mahadascharhyam yad rajaha prakrtestava Vasudeve Bhagavati Satvatmani dridamati. Kalau indeed idam this mahat ascharyam great wonder yet which rajaha influenced by the mode of passion prakrite whose nature tava of you Vasudeve in Lord Krishna Bhagavati the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sattva Atmani who is situated in pure goodness Dhrida firm Matihi consciousness. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O Vritrasura, demons are generally conducted by the mode of passion. Therefore, what a great wonder it is that although you are a demon, you have adopted the mentality of a devotee and have fixed your mind on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva, who is always situated in pure goodness. Translation responsively. O Vritrasura, demons are generally conducted by the mode of passion. Therefore, what a great wonder it is that although you are a demon, you have adopted the mentality of a devotee and have fixed your mind on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva, who is always situated in pure goodness. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. King Indra wondered how Vritrasura could have been elevated to the position of an exalted devotee. As for Prahlad Maharaj, he was initiated by Narada Muni, and therefore it was possible for him to become a great devotee, although he was born in a family of demons. For Vritrasura, however, Indra could not detect such causes. Therefore, he was struck with wonder that Vritrasura was such an exalted devotee that he could fix his mind without deviation upon the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, Vasudeva. So, is it a wonder for our assembly of devotees? Are you wondering? Are you wondering how Vritrasura is fixed in devotion to Vasudeva? Are you wondering? Do you wonder? Do you wonder? Or is it an Ascharya for you? Is it a wonder for you or not wonder? You know the reason, internal reason you know. So that it's not a wonder for you. But Indra didn't know, because obviously Indra is supposed to know, but in this particular instance, Indra doesn't seem to know this reason. Why Vritrasura, having born in a demoniac family, not in a demoniac family, born as a demon, because the father, who is Vritrasura's father? Tvashta. Tvashta's brother? Vishwa? Correct. Half you already there. Vishwa is there already. Yeah. So, why Vritrasura was born? Yeah, Indra killed Vishwarupa, and this Tvashta got angry, and then he performed a sacrifice, and then he produced this demon Vritrasura. But there was a small mistake was done. What mistake was done? Any idea? Yes. So instead of creating a demon to kill Indra, so he created an enemy of Indra. So this is like Srila Prabhupada explains, it's like this is the way when you perform sacrifices, sacrifices are very, very tricky actually, especially Karmakanda sacrifices. Because holy name, you can chant holy name in any fashion, any form, any tune, no problem. But these mantras have to be chanted in a particular way, a particular meter, particular effect, it has to come. Otherwise, it will completely reverse actually. Tvashta wanted a person to kill Indra. Instead, he produced someone who will be killed by Indra. So we have to be very careful. So, here today's sloka, we are discussing, Indra is showing his Ascharya. O Vritrasura, demons are generally conducted by the mode of passion. Does anyone know how the demons normally behave? Any idea? Ignorant, lusty, greedy, anything, any quality is in a... So Krishna has simplified our understanding. In the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the title of the chapter is Divine and Demoniac Nature. So we don't have to go and find out how the demons will look like. We don't have to worry about that. So it's I'll just read only a sample only, because already those who are going on Sankirtan already will know how the activities of the demons. Anyway, you don't need a special explanation. But I will read out this. Pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance. These qualities belong to those demoniac nature, O son of Pritha. Okay? And then Krishna continues that those who are demoniac do not know what is to be done and what is not to be done. It is very important. No? What is to be done and what is not to be done. Neither cleanliness nor proper behavior nor truth is found in them. It's all continuation of Bhagavad Gita. They say that this world is unreal, with no foundation, no God in control. They say it is produced of sex desire and has no cause other than lust. Following such conclusions, the demoniac who are lost to themselves and who have no intelligence engage in unbeneficial, horrible works meant to destroy the world. Taking shelter of insatiable lust and absorbed in the conceit of pride and false prestige, the demoniac, thus illusioned, are always sworn to unclean work, attracted by the impermanent. They believe that to gratify the senses is the prime necessity of human civilization. Thus, until the end of their life, anxiety is immeasurable. Bound by a network of hundreds and thousands of desires and absorbed in lust and anger, they secure money by illegal means for sense gratification. The demoniac person thinks, so much wealth do I have today, and I will gain more according to my schemes. So much is mine now, and it will increase in the future more and more. He is my enemy, and I have killed him, and my other enemies will also be killed. I am the Lord of everything. I am the enjoyer. I am perfect, powerful, and happy. I am the richest man, surrounded by aristocratic relatives. There is none so powerful and happy as I am. I shall perform sacrifices, I shall give some charity, and thus I shall rejoice. In this way, such persons are deluded by ignorance. So this is like a sample of demoniac qualities actually, because how the demoniac persons think. So, Vritrasura being a great devotee of the Lord, even though he was in a demon body, but he is a great devotee. We are going to study in the next few chapters what is Maharaj Parikshit is asking. How come this is such a great personality and how come he was in a demon body? And then Sukadeva Goswami is going to explain the previous life of Vritrasura. Who was Vritrasura in the previous life? Chitraketu, Maharaj Chitraketu. So that is going to be explained. So here Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport, King Indra wondered how Vritrasura could have been elevated to the position of an exalted devotee. This is the perplexing thing for Indra. So Vritrasura had a demoniac body, but he exhibited divine qualities. This is a contrast actually. Normally, we don't find like that. We find demon means he will talk like a demon only, he will exhibit the demoniac qualities only. Devotee means devotional consciousness and devotional quality. This is just opposite. How it is possible? Why it is happening like that? And it is, we have to understand, this is like a... this is just read the purport. Okay, 1 second. This is devotional consciousness is not just coming by accident. Sometimes people wonder, oh, this person is automatically become a devotee, this person is automatically become a demon. So is it how it is happening, why it is happening? So it is not like a chance actually, because there is a reason behind that. Why this person is born in this particular demoniac situation, but still he is doing all these devotional activities, talking like when you read the conversation, well, if you don't know, somebody doesn't tell who is who, then they will say whatever Vritrasura says is more devotional actually. Because he is saying, you have the Narayana Kavacha in your hand, you have everything, why are you afraid? Because who will talk like that? Sometimes like even demons also, like when Hiranyaksha died, you all know when the past time when Hiranyaksha died, Hiranyakasipu will talk few sentences, very wonderful. Tamal Krishna Maharaj used to say, when he reads this, well said demon, well said. Because he will talk about the body, soul, this and that, and all this different philosophy he will say. And if you don't say who is talking, you will say some Sukadeva Goswami or some higher personality is saying. But Hiranyaksha, when he is died, Hiranyakasipu will speak all these things. So it is not like the demon or devotee, it's like just not based in the body. So here what is happening is the cause of devotion is, what is the cause of devotion? It's a tricky question. Cause of devotion is devotion only. So you have to know the answer. Because the devotion, from devotion only devotee will come. From devotee only devotion can come. It's not like or this is like sometimes people think you do some good karma, you do some punya, devotion will come. No, it won't come like that. No? Punya and papa, that is also equally bad only. Why they are equally bad? Why they are equally bad? Punya and papa are equally bad. Why they are equally bad? No, crux, why it is equally bad? It's not good, not bad. Why? Why it is equally bad? Mataji told the answer. You tell me. Yes. Again you have to come back. You have to again come back. Because punya you do, Shine punya mrityu lokam vishanti. Because you do punya, for that you have to go enjoy. And after the credit card limit is over, then you have to come back. What is the big deal? Like just you do punya and come back. Papa, you go and suffer and then come back. So that is why punya and papa is not a very attractive proposal for a devotee actually. That's why devotee is not interested in performing punya or interested in performing papa. What he is interested in doing is activities which are beyond punya and beyond papa. What are those activities? Pure devotional activities. Pure devotional activities, they don't have any karma. Now we worship the Lord, we are going to reading Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, going to partake prasadam. All these activities, even though from a material point of view, they seem like material activities. Like they seem like material. We are all going to eating khichdi salad. What is spiritual in khichdi and salad? Yes, it is spiritual. Because if it is just food, it is material. But this food is offered to the Lord. And then that becomes prasadam. So that is spiritual. So that is why it is said, whatever Maharaj Chitraketu. So just we need to understand a little bit history about Chitraketu. Because those who have already studied Bhagavatam, then you will know. But Maharaj Chitraketu was a great personality. He was a great king. He had many wives, but only one problem he had. What problem did he have? He didn't have son. So he didn't have a son. He was very, very lamenting. I didn't have a son. Because normally in the Vedic system, you are supposed to have a son. Why? Putra Pinda Prayojanam. Putra Pinda Prayojanam. Because Putra will be there. Putra will be able to do your Pinda. You are able to elevate to a higher destination. That is normally, that is why. And also for a king, somebody has to look after the kingdom. Because that is why, it's not for any other reason. Because the Putra is the one who will elevate the parents. Because he will do the Sraddha, Vishnu Prasad, he will offer. So that they can elevate the people who are in a condition, they are not able to go back to spiritual world. He will do the Sraddha ceremony and then he will elevate them. So that is why the Putra is needed. So now, in this situation, he didn't have a son. So he prayed to the Lord, Narada Muni and Angira Muni, the Narada Muni, Angira Muni, they saw very, very piteous condition. So they thought, now, okay, let us do something for Chitraketu, Maharaj Chitraketu. So Maharaj Chitraketu was given a mantra, given some special sacrifice and special offering. So this Maharaj Chitraketu, then after that, they warned him also, you will get a son, but he will be the cause of great jubilation and great sorrow also. Just normally when we also know, we hear something, the good, we just hear that, the rest we leave it actually. We don't worry about that. That will be a problem also. Harsha Soka. His name was Harsha Soka. Harsha is jubilation and Soka means lamentation. Both are going to be there. So he just concentrated only, happiness is there. So he just thought, now let us have it anyway. So he had, obviously, this one queen gave birth to this boy, and then all other queens, they got envious. Oh, the king is spending a lot of time with that queen only, and then we are all ignored, all this blah, 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 this all material consciousness, they started. And then, what did they do? They just poisoned the child. This is what the greed and lust and all these things, it can drag you to this extent, they are ready to kill the child. They just kill the child, and then Maharaj Chitraketu and the Maharaj Chitraketu's wife. Who is Maharaj Chitraketu's wife, you know? It's not important, I'm just asking. It is important, but do you know? Kritadhyuti. Kritadhyuti here. This is just because, see, sometimes we know who is who. Like they ask all the questions, who is the Prime Minister, who is the Chief Minister, who is that one, who is this one. We know all this, who is who, but this who is also important. Bhagavatam, who is who, everything is important only. Kritadhyuti. So they were in complete anxiety. Oh, my son, after so much of sacrifices, so much of this thing, my son has born, and then this fellow is now passed away. And then they are crying. And then again Narada Muni and Angira Muni is coming. Why are you crying? Narada Muni asked. My son, he passed away. So then Narada Muni, by his mystic potency, he asked the soul to re-enter the body. And then the son woke up and then just looking here and there, like just asking, who are they? He asked this one wonderful question. Who are they? All these fellows are crying. And then this fellow is getting up and who are they? And like, Narada Muni said, this is your father and mother. They are like, you passed away, immature time. And they are crying. So then that boy is saying, I have had so many fathers and so many mothers. Which one are they? Which number? Number 1, 2, 3, which number? Because, see, this is the fact. This is the fact. But Narada Muni has a very... Then Narada Muni preached to Maharaj Chitraketu and then gave all this wonderful philosophy. So he could understand the temporariness of this body. Like we are seeing so many things, so many funerals are happening, so many people are passing away. And it is very, very sad also, very sad to see the very nice devotees, nice personalities, they're passing away. But the problem is, once you are coming to the material world, it is very, very difficult. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityu, dhruvam janma mritasya cha. Once you born, you have to die. Today or tomorrow or day after, maybe 50 years, 100 years, we have to pass away. Everybody has to pass away. But within that time, what do we do? That is important. Everybody has to pass away. There is no option. There is no option given. Tick or turn. Want to die or don't want to die. It's not, when you take birth, there is no option. Tick mark is not given. Like nothing like that. It is forced upon us. So the intelligent person, what he does is like, yes, this is a situation. Now within within the span of time, what should I do so that I don't entangle myself more and more and more into this life? That is what the person has to think. So then Narada Muni gave this instruction. Understood. Maharaj Chitraketu understood, and all the wives also, they understood this philosophy. So that's good. That way everything happened nicely. And then Narada Muni gave him mantra for Chitraketu, and he meditated on that. He had the darshan of Lord, who's Sankarshan. Lord Sankarshan's darshan he had. So this is all wonderful actually. So that is why the connection with the Lord and the devotee is there. That is why all this great philosophy, all the big devotional ecstasies are coming out of Vritrasura. It is all because of the mercy of the Lord and mercy of the devotees. Mercy of the Lord and mercy of the devotees. That is why he is able to speak all these things. So that is why Prabhupada says, because it is not just coming like that. Like in case of Prahlad Maharaj, the same thing happened. When Prahlad Maharaj was in the womb of mother Kayadu, so at that time Narada Muni gave all the instructions and Prahlad Maharaj grasped everything actually. So that is why devotional service or devotional thing starts from the beginning only. Very beginning. It's not like you don't have to become a very advanced, then only you will understand all the devotional principles. Even from the beginning, you can understand that. So that is one of the points mentioned. And because of the previous life, he was a Chitraketu, and he had the association of Narada Muni, and also by the mercy of Narada Muni, he got the darshan of Lord Sankarshan. So that is why he did all this philosophy. He is talking to Indra. This makes sense actually. Now, also what happened was, at that time, Maharaj Chitraketu, once he was going in an aeroplane, not in our aeroplane, Pushpaka Viman, he was going, and then he was seeing, and one place, Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati was sitting, all the assembled sages are all assembled actually. So in that position, Maharaj Chitraketu saw the situation where Lord Shiva was like embracing Mother Parvati, and all the great sages are in front, and then Lord Shiva is speaking to them. So he thought, Chitraketu thought this a little bit, he could not tally this. Like, this is like all the sages are sitting, and Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati is sitting and like that, and it was like a little bit of a disturbance, created a bit of disturbance for Maharaj Chitraketu. So he laughed. And when he was laughing, Lord Shiva he knew. He didn't do anything actually. He knew. It's all, what is the big deal? Like Lord Shiva didn't take any offense or anything. But Mother Parvati got very angry. How come? How come you are thinking, like you are laughing at Lord Shiva? This is considered like big. So then he said, even though you are so elevated, you don't know this principle, so you take birth as a demon. That is why Vritrasura is coming into the picture. So we have to put all the things into the proper perspective. How Vritrasura came, because he was a great devotee of the Lord. He was not an ordinary person. He was a great devotee of the Lord. But still, this small act of laughing, and that's why Lord Shiva got very upset. He said, Mother Parvati, you should not have done that. He is a great devotee of the Lord. You are not supposed to curse him. Why did you curse him? Okay, this is not the befitting thing to do. And Srila Prabhupada also writes in the purport, Chitraketu is competent enough to retaliate that curse. Like Maharaj Parikshit also. Maharaj Parikshit did a small thing, a small mistake only. It's not, you can't just curse for that to become like you will be cursed, you will be bitten by the snake, Dakshaka snake in 7 days. It's not a fair curse, but still he could have retaliated, but he didn't retaliate. The same way, Maharaj Chitraketu's capacity or capability, he was competent enough to recurse or counteract the curse also, but he didn't do that. And then that's why Lord Shiva says the famous sloka, Narayana parasarve na kutaschana bhibyati swarga apavarga narakeshu api tulyatra darshina. Narayana parasarve na kutaschana bhibyati. The devotees of Lord Narayana, they are not afraid of anything. Na kutaschana bhibyati. They don't have fear. What? Swarga apavarga narakeshu. Swarga apavarga naraka. See, they don't heavenly planet, hellish planet, or wherever they go, they don't worry about anything. That is the devotee of Lord Narayana. So, Narayana, Lord Shiva is kind of criticizing Mother Parvati. You have done the wrong thing. By cursing Chitraketu, you did a mistake, actually. So, he pointed out. Lord Shiva knows that. He is Vaishnavana Meta Sambhu. He knows that. So, somehow the curse has happened. So, it has to take effect. So, that's why. So, then all these things fit together. Then Tvashta performing the sacrifice. And then Vritrasura is coming. So that's why Indra, in this sloka, he's saying, King Indra wondered how Vritrasura could have been elevated to the position of an exalted devotee. Now we know why he is an exalted devotee, because he was initiated by Narada Muni. Narada Muni gave him instructions. Not only that, he gave instruction, he had a darshan of the Lord, Sankarshan, personally he had a darshan of the Lord. So what can you expect from him? That personality. That is why all this flow of nectar, all the flow of philosophy is coming from Vritrasura. And then Prabhupada says, although he was born in a family of demons, so he's talking about Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj, although he was born in a demoniac family, because he was a connection with Narada Muni, so that's why he is called Mahabhagavat actually. Mahabhagavat, devotee of the Lord. So here also we find this is what the situation is. This bhakti can manifest at any time. Any time, any form it can manifest. Sometimes we think like it's a demoniac body, how it is possible. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, Neha Bikrama Nasosti Pratyavayona Swalpam Trayate. What is the translation? Do you know? You know translation? You know? Yes? In this endeavor, you have to be very loud. Na? When you are saying something, you have to assume that you are in the ground, na? Like then the sound will come. In this endeavor, there is no loss, diminution. And in this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution. Whatever little advancement you make, it is going to be protected. That is Krishna. So that is why, see, we don't have to worry about anything, because I perform only 10% of devotional life in this lifetime and I have to finish. What is the problem? There is no problem. So next life, where will I start? 11th%. Okay? This whatever 10% I have achieved in this lifetime, that is protected. But material things are not protected. I have $1 million in the bank. Next life I go to the ANZ bank. So last time I had a fixed deposit, term deposit 1 million. And then immediately they will call the mental hospital. Okay, this one mental has come, please come and take him. This is material. But spiritual, we see. Because he performed wonderful austerities, wonderful tapasya in this life, in the Chitraketu. So even he took birth as a demon, he remembered everything. He got complete understanding of the philosophy, complete understanding. This is what the process is. So it is very important to know that we have to, whatever material acquisition, whatever we are getting, that is destroyed. Karma is destroyed. Sometimes karma is also destroyed. Punya Papa will be destroyed. Obviously it will be destroyed. But bhakti is not destroyed. Bhakti is not destroyed, because it will come life after life, life after life, life after. But sometimes bhakti also can be blocked. We have to be careful. Yesterday Maharaj gave the initiation, the 10 offenses Maharaj was saying. And 10 offenses he was mentioning. And then there is something which can block bhakti. What can block bhakti? Anything can block bhakti? Which can block bhakti. If you see, we said bhakti is continuously coming. Something can block bhakti. Some point in time, if you do this, it will block bhakti also. What is that? Maya can block bhakti. Aparad. Because aparad will block bhakti. Because when we perform, see, actually when you perform some aparad for Krishna, Krishna tolerates that actually. To some degree, Krishna tolerates that. But if an offense is performed to holy name, if offense is performed to Vaishnava, Krishna doesn't tolerate. Look at Durvasa Muni's past. Durvasa Muni is a great mystic. From a comparative point of view, Ambarisha Maharaj and Durvasa Muni is a great mystic. Great mystic. He had such a power. He can go up to Vaikuntha, and he had entrance of Vaikuntha. He could have a darshan of Lord Vishnu. What kind of personality is that? Even that person, when he asked, Lord, this Sudarshan Chakra is behind me, please protect me. So then what Lord Krishna said, or Lord Vishnu said, my dear Brahmana, the best course of action for you to go and fall at the feet of Ambarisha Maharaj. If Ambarisha Maharaj forgives you, then only the Sudarshan Chakra is going to leave you. So Lord attaches so much importance for the devotee. This is what we have to understand, how the devotee, see, sometimes we may take the devotees as granted actually. Yes, same person I am seeing every day, morning, evening, middle, every time I am seeing him, what is the big deal? No. Devotee is very rare only. Sudurlabha. Devotional service is very rare, and devotee is also very rare. How many people we see? So that is why we can't take devotees for granted. Because that is why here what is happening is like a small mistake. Durvasa Muni thought, what is this Grahastha, Ambarisha Maharaj? What is the big deal? I can do a little bit of... but he played, and then it reversed on him actually. He created such a big havoc for him, and then he had to run from Brahmaloka to Brahmaloka to Shivaloka to Vaikuntha. Then even Vaikuntha he could not do. Then he has to go back to Ambarisha Maharaj only. So this is and here, that is why it is mentioned, bhakti is not exhausted normally. This is, karma is exhausted, punya is exhausted, papa is exhausted, but bhakti is not normally exhausted. So bhakti will come after life. That's why in the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, even somebody, Arjuna is asking this question, what will happen? I am not here, I am not there. I take to spiritual life and I could not maintain myself, then again fall down. So what will happen? Then Krishna says in 6th chapter, Prapya punya kritan lokan usitva saswatai samai uchinam sematam gehe yoga brashta vijayate. Yoga brashta means falling down from this yoga. We are performing bhakti, sometimes there may be some impediment in the bhakti and then we fall down. What will happen? That is what Arjuna's question. So Krishna says there is no problem. You will continue. That is why we, on the strength of Krishna's assurance, we continue to follow the process. Neha bikrama nasosti pratyavayo na vidyate Swalpam abhyasya dharmasya. So that's what we find in the case of even Vritrasura. Chitraketu was a very elevated personality. Even though you may be a very elevated personality, still you have to be careful. Like Maharaj Bharat. Maharaj Bharat was already in the Bhava platform. Next stage is Prema platform. But small aparad or whatever things happened, so then he had to come back again. So, but in Vritrasura's case, even better. See, normally what will happen is in Maharaj Bharat's case, he has to take another body, deer's body, and then Jada Bharat, and then he has to come back to Godhead. But in the Vritrasura, straight away, after the demon's body, straight into Krishna's abode. So this is what the potency of bhakti of Vritrasura. So it is... he perfected his life. That's why it is he is able to do that. And also this Vritrasura has a very famous pastime because Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, sometimes there is some of the philosophers, they say, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam was not written by Vyasadeva only. They have different interpretations like that. So there is a quotation in Matsya Purana. Matsya Purana is the oldest Purana. Oldest Purana is Matsya Purana. In the Matsya Purana, there is a reference to Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam means these things will be there. Gayatri mantra should be there. And Vritrasura Vata should be there. That means Vritrasura's name is already mentioned so much, even before Bhagavatam comes, it's there in the Matsya Purana, that this Matsya Purana is mentioned, that Vritrasura pastime is there in that also. So like that, it's a qualification of that Bhagavat Purana, it's mentioned like that. Also, it's mentioned, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam deals with 10 subject matters. Everybody knows that, those who are studying the different Bhakti Sastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, because this is very interesting. Good to know, because every day we are reading Bhagavatam, we have to know what is inside Bhagavatam also. Sometimes people ask, like when you distribute books, like you ask, you read this book, what is in this book? First we should know that, then only we can tell what is in this book, then we can read. So then the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam has, it says, glorified as Mahapurana, Śrīmad Bhāgavatam contains 10 subjects as described. Atra Sarga Vishargascha, Sthanam Poshanam Utayah, Manvantareshu Ishanukata Nirodha Muktir Ashraya. Sarga means universal creation by the Supreme Lord. Visarga means secondary creation by Lord Brahma. Sthanam means position of the living entities in various planetary systems. Poshanam, the Lord's protection of the devotees. So the point here is, this particular canto, 6th canto, is mainly dealing with the subject matter called Poshanam. Normally they say Poshak. No? Poshak is like even for the dress also they say Poshak. But this Poshanam means protection. Protection by the Lord. Because how the Lord protected? In the 6th canto, first person protected whom? Any idea? Who was first protected in the 6th canto? Ajamil. The second person protected? Yeah? No, 6th canto, man. You are talking about 7th canto. 6th canto, yeah, first protected by, he was protected here by the 6th canto, he was protected in the first Ajamil. And the next was Indra also made a mistake. Indra was protected. And now Chitraketu is also protected. Like this is, it shows an example, like we have to know also, Lord's protection is for everyone. It's not like only Dhruva Maharaj is protected, Prahlad Maharaj is protected, Chitraketu is protected, Ajamil. No, it's a protection for us also. It's not like only for them protection, for us, like Lord will let us go. No, Lord will protect each and every one of us. Krishna says, Ye yatam mam prapadyante stam sataiva bhajami. As we surrender, Krishna reciprocates. Actually, there is a little bit of Acharya says that is not correct actually. Because if we surrender and Krishna reciprocates, we will never come back to garden. But we just even think like I want to do something, Krishna immediately grabs us actually. We take one step, Krishna takes 100 steps actually. 100 steps Krishna takes. We are just taking only tiny baby step we take, and then Krishna immediately, oh yes, taken a step, immediately grabs us actually. So that is why things are happening. Otherwise, if I take my own step, I don't have any step on it. I'm just sitting there, no inclination or doing anything devotion. But Krishna is saying, oh, there is a little bit of devotion there. Let him fan. Immediately sends Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Beach. So Krishna sends it actually. Because Krishna sees the sincere desire, and then Krishna sends the devotees, Guru, Acharya, everybody is coming because Krishna sees the sincere desire of the devotee. So that is why as a living entity, this is what only we can do. We can only desire Krishna, desire service of Krishna. How I can please Krishna? Krishna, you have already given me everything. What else is needed? Krishna has already given everything. And now, how can I, instead of asking, Dhanam Dehi, Putram Dehi, Dhanyam Dehi, instead Krishna, I just want to do something. So then, if that mentality comes in, then Krishna will look after everything. Krishna says in 9th chapter, Ananyas chintayan tyomam ejana paryupasate tesham nityavi yuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Yogakshemam, I look after your, whatever your needs. Whatever you are lacking something, I will carry that for you. You have something, I will protect this for you. What other personality you need actually? He is ready to protect you. Give protection all that time. And this is what the final instruction he gave also. This, my devotee will not be vanquished. Name bhakta pranashyati. We see that time and again. Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Vitrasura, everywhere we see Krishna's protection we can see. And now here also we have to be very careful. We can't just decide, judge a person by the appearance or by, he is in a demon's body, he should be a demon. No, not like that. It's very difficult to understand the activities of a Vaishnava. Activities of the Lord is very difficult to understand, and activities of Vaishnava also is very difficult to understand. That's why it's Shastra says it's this is Tanra, Vakya, Kriya, Mudra, Vijaniya, na Bhujeya. Even the most learned man cannot understand the words, activities and symptoms of a person situated in love of Godhead. So that is very difficult actually. Vaishnava may do something, and from an external point of view, it may not tally with our understanding. We may think this is the best thing to do. But that person, he may be doing something, may not be like that, but we have to be very clear that he may be doing something on a very higher platform. We may not understand that. So that's why we don't want to jump into the conclusion. So Prabhupada writes here, for Vritrasura, however, Indra could not detect such causes. So now we know by the mercy of Narada Muni, by the mercy of Lord Sankarshan, that is why Chitraketu achieved so much of great devotion, and that is exhibited even in the next life when he comes as a Vritrasura. So Vritrasura was such an exalted devotee that he could fix his mind without deviation upon the lotus feet of Lord Krishna Vasudeva. So that's why we have a, even though he's a demon, the demon form, but all the philosophy comes out. And then he is so fixed. Indra is not that much fixed also. Indra is thinking like how I can kill him and then I will gain my kingdom. But Vritrasura is thinking, let's finish the matter quickly, so I have to go back home, back to garden. That is why he is saying. See, look at his interest. His interest is not like just this thing. Indra, you have all the Vajrayuda and all this thing, and finish me. So I have to go. So this is the same thing. How this is arranged by Krishna. Arranged by the Lord only. Like why Parikshit Maharaj was not protected? He was protected when he was the mother of the mother Uttara. At that time he was protected. But when he was about to be killed or cursed by the Brahmana boy or bitten by the snake, he didn't protest. Why? Because Krishna wanted Parikshit Maharaj to come back home, back to garden. The same way here also, Vritrasura is a great devotee of the Lord. So he says he's just like he's accelerating his passage. Please come back to Goloka Vrindavan. He is making this arrangement, or he is going to associate with Lord Sankarshan, wherever he is going. So that is why the situation is created like that. So that he is not like a Vritrasura. He is even though he is going to pass away, but actually the real winner is Vritrasura. Real winner is Vritrasura. The loser is Indra. From apparently outside point of view, you see Indra only killed Vritrasura. But the real hero is Vritrasura is the hero. He got the benediction. And Vritrasura, and then Indra he just killed, and then he got this thing that he killed a Brahmana. Even though Vritrasura was a demon, he is son of a Brahmana. Correct? So he's a Tvashta. So then we will see in the next chapters how he is going to counteract this offenses, whatever he has committed. So we'll see that. And also this, as now we have given all the secrets before only. The next two chapters we are going to discuss about Maharaj Chitraketu and his devotion. Everything we will discuss that. So that's why Bhagavatam is very, very, even though so many times we read the Chitraketu past time, again and again you read, everything looks fresh only. It's not like, oh, same old story, yesterday's newspaper. No, it's not like that. Like we just read Bhagavatam, you read many times, again you read something new, realization comes. That is why it is Yavana. It's always fresh only. So we'll just stop here. And also I just want to tell, today is Gopala Bhatta Goswami. When we see always, I see always Mahatma Prabhu. Mahatma Prabhu is he looks at the calendar all the time. Today morning, 6:55, I am about to leave home. Mahatma Prabhu will be there, he will ask this question, can you say something about Gopala Bhatta Goswami? So I sent the email also, then he won't. So this is the thing, he always looks at the calendar, he always reads. See, it should be like that actually. Panchanga, every day we have to read actually. One of the activities is like, today is what is the Tithi, what is the Nakshatra, what is the Yoga, what is the Karra, all these things we have to do. This is a normal, now we look at the morning, 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, whenever we wake up, immediately WhatsApp, who is sent the message, who is deleted the message, who is doing, who is passed away. This is what we see. But normally what we see is what is the day today, which Vara, which Nakshatra, which Tithi, which these are all the things to see. So today is a auspicious disappearance day of Gopala Bhatta Goswami. Those who know, the 6 Goswamis are there. Rupa Sanatana, Raghunath Das, Raghunath Bhatta, and Gopala Bhatta Goswami. Gopala Bhatta Goswami is originally, Gopala Bhatta Goswami is originally from Srirangam, in the South India. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went on a Tirtha Yatra, that 6 years when he visited South India, and the Chaturmasya period, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu decided to stay in Srirangam. At that time, he stayed in the place of Acharya called Venkata Bhatta. Venkata Bhatta is the father of Gopala Bhatta Goswami. So Venkata Bhatta is from a Sri Sampradaya. Sri Sampradaya. This is Lakshmi coming from we are Gaudiya Madhva Sampradaya. So Venkata Bhatta was from the Sri Sampradaya. So that at that time when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gopala Bhatta Goswami used to some render services for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So and there are wonderful conversations in Chaitanya Charitamrita. If you read the conversation between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Venkata Bhatta and asking like why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asking one question. You are worshipping Lakshmi Devi, but Lakshmi Devi was not allowed to participate in the Rasa Leela with Krishna. So this is all the very esoteric topics, is there. Very, very interesting topics to discuss. So Gopala Bhatta Goswami, he is the son of Venkata Bhatta, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Gopala Bhatta Goswami, you stay here only, you serve your parents. Once after the parents, their life is finished, or their lifetime is finished, then you come back to Vrindavan. So he came back to Vrindavan, and it's a very nice pastime of Gopala Bhatta Goswami, the deities of. You can say a few words. Which deity? Radha-Raman deities here. They are self-manifested deities. Can you few words? How they manifested when the Kamandalu? Oh, you sorry. Yeah, there's one more there. I think ours is finished. You can give to him. I don't need this.
Hare Krishna, Karun Prabhu. Thank you very much for giving the opportunity. I was hearing your class right from the beginning on the tram. So I switched my radio just when I came out, and I heard continuously. Very wonderful class. About Gopal Bhatta Goswami, very elevated Vaishnava, Acharya, and he went to Nepal and picked up some six stones from the Gandaki river. And he went all the way on foot from Vrindavan to Kathmandu and then Gandaki river. It's a very long distance, very arduous. And these he kept with him. And then, sorry. And after that, when he went back to Vrindavan, he thought that he is not qualified to worship those deities. So see the consciousness of these Goswamis. So he went again to drop them in the Gandaki river, so that because he was not qualified. But when he went there, he tried to drop those deities. They came back to him, to his bag. They won't leave him. So then then he had to take them back. And when he took them back to Vrindavan again, walking back all the way, then when he was in Vrindavan, then he was doing worship of those deities. But one day, one merchant gave him lots of gifts, for dresses and the ornaments for the deity. So he realized, oh my God, how can I use these gifts to worship these small deities, So that night he had a dream, and the deity became like full deities, head, neck, feet, and everything. And then this was a miracle. So when this was known to Vrindavan people, lots of people visited him. And he saw that it became Radha-Raman deities. And then Radha-Raman deities, Radharani was just like a crown, and the deities, and he used those. So this is what Karun was telling, that how Radha-Raman deities were established, and then he made a very big temple. So this is all I wanted to say. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. Hare Krishna.
If need be, I'll put in the WhatsApp group also. So these are all the special days, the Acharya's appearance, disappearance. We can think about them. They're great personalities, and then so we are following in the footsteps of the Goswamis. So especially Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Jiva Goswami, all these. So these occasions we have to remember. At least we learn little bit about them. Who are they? Where did they come? What is their philosophy? They have written a lot of books and so many literature they have given. So like this, we can understand them, we can appreciate them, we can pray to them on those appearance and disappearance days, so that we can also be established in our bhakti. So that's the thing. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Prabhu, for saying a few words. It's interesting, when he was going to deposit this Shaligram, then he will take bath, and then again they will come into this Kamandalu. He thinks, I'll just put inside and then he'll come again they will come into. So that means they are indicating to you, no, you are the only one to look after this. And then it's interesting, and Krishna is Bhakta Vatsal. So Gopala Bhatta Goswami thought, like, how will I worship them? They immediately set aside, like you assemble them, they assembled themselves actually. This is wonderful, like how the devotees' mood is, I want to worship them nicely, put all the dress and everything. So immediately they also manifested like a deity actually. So this is unlimited mercy of the Lord. So yes, yeah. Anywhere you go to Vrindavan, this is major temples to see. This is Radha Ramanji and Banki Bihari. All these different temples are there. So this is one of the temples like that. Hare Krishna. Any questions or comments? Hare Krishna. That's big aparadh. We are very protected now. Big aparadh hone wala tha. So that's good. Please tell me what's the question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhupada.
Thank you.
Thank you for the wonderful class.
Hare Krishna.
So we see what we in this life act, whatever we did in our previous life, impious and pious, happen like today.
Sorry, ma?
So we see whatever we did in our previous life, it happens in this life. So sometimes we see when we go on preaching on books, sometimes we see when we're giving books to parents, the children get very enthusiastic to get the books. Yeah. But the parents don't allow them.
Correct.
Yeah, so
correct. True.
So then why are those children born into such families where they don't?
Correct. Because see, sometimes what happens, like it is said, you are right. Sometimes children, this is like that's what Krishna says in 6th chapter. They see, like depending on the whatever level they are elevated. Okay, sometimes like somebody may be elevated, like in this case of Chitraketu was highly advanced. He doesn't have to take birth again as another Brahmana family, that family, this family, and then he'll finish the business and go back. Not everybody is in the same level. So sometimes opportunity is given according to whatever the karma they have performed. Like the father and mother, whatever the activities they have performed, accordingly a suitable soul takes shelter in that womb of the mother. So that is why it's very, in the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam says, karmana daiva netrena. Karma and daiva netrena. So sometimes whatever the soul gets into this particular family, it depends on so many factors. Yes, one is whatever activities we performed in the past lifetime, and sometimes unknowingly they would have got some blessings. Agyata Sukriti. Agyata Sukriti means like Srila Prabhupada came to the airport. Some people just would have seen him. It's not, see, by just seeing the Vaishnava, seeing that they got benefit. Sometimes the Prabhu came from Jagannath. Sometimes the Lord Jagannath is going in the Ratha Yatra cart. And just seeing only you get the benefit actually. So like that, it's very hard to say which benefit they perform, which benefit they didn't perform. Why? Because sometimes children also, the clean slate. Clean slate? Clean slate means they don't have any kind of misunderstanding or misconceptions, or at least to start with. After that, the misunderstanding will come later as they live in the material world. Parents already they are like a little bit conditioned by the material world. That is why sometimes when you distribute books, the parent, I already have the book. They immediately, this answer is normally that we also have a script for this also. When they say you can already give it to somebody else. So hey, my others also have the book. Then you find somebody else who don't have the book, then you give. Like we can extend this. So, but interesting thing is, yes, children are a little bit more naive. Like they will take, I want to take it. So that is what the parents' duty is. Parents have to somehow, whatever the little bit of fire is there, we have to fan it actually. Already your parents are doing, so wish all the parents are doing that. Whatever little fire they have, they can do, then that will be good. But what is interesting is whatever the children are showing, definitely they are having showing, that means in the past they have done some devotional activity. That is why they are doing. The parents, obviously, sometimes what happens, because of the children, parents become Krishna conscious. We have seen that example. Because we used to have a children program, like children. Most of the fathers or mothers will be talking outside only. Children will be learning Bhagavad Gita. Then we thought, what is this useless thing? Then we thought, like children also will have a program there. Adults will have a program here. Then say we started the Saturday program. See, otherwise what happens, like behind the tree, they will have chit chat. What is going on? What is going on? 1 hour is there, so prasadam 6 o'clock only. So then we thought we'll start a Bhagavad Gita, catch all the parents also here. So because of the parent, so many parents have told me, because of my children only I come to the temple. Because see, for them, any parent, for them main thing is not my children. My children have to become nicely situated, everything. So what we thought, like, instead of having these children only here, but parents are chit-chat, like, this is no good. So they let them also come. Children program separately in the theater, adults program here. So that way, so it is a kind of this thing, bringing parents through children only we have to bring. So that way it is covered actually. No, if you have any other point, please tell me. Is it okay? Or because see your case is different. Your parents are already different, they are devotees, and they are coming, you are coming, no different. But sometimes the children come once in a time. They come once in Janmashtami, Radhashtami. They just come there. So at that time we catch hold of them, and then because of the children, they will come also. So instead of parents teaching children, children will teach the parents how to become Krishna conscious. That's it, Kali Yuga. It has to happen. But by end of the day, they are also becoming Krishna conscious, so we should be happy with that actually.
Child is the father.
Huh? Yeah, exactly. It's like it's a continuous journey. It is not like, now it is a child, previously is a grandfather or grandmother, who knows? See, now this is child. We say sometimes a child, very cute baby. Yeah, good only. But it is already a grandfather and grandmother and only come to this place. Whatever activities he has done, now he has to complete that is why our children are very, very fortunate, because we took 25 years for us to take to Krishna consciousness. 5 years, 3 years, 4 years, 2 years only they took to Krishna consciousness. Why? Because Suchinam Shrimatam Gehe Yoga Brashta Bijayate. Because the previous life they have already performed certain activities, already completed all these things. Now they have come here to complete this the innings, complete the innings here. They will complete and finish and then go back home, back to garden. That's it. They don't have no more birth. They don't take birth, any more birth here in the material world. So that is why we have to be very, very careful. Give the Krishna conscious, the children Krishna consciousness. Also, they have to remain in the material world. We have to give them education also, because you can't just in this world. Like they have to study this also. They have to interact with people. That's everything they will learn like that. Okay. Thank you very much. Gopala Bhatta Goswami ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granthara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.